Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. For everyone else, welcome back. We are starting the 4th week of the Amazing Readathon, and it is time to start leg 6, which is a book with more than one POV. Now, if you watched my week 3 vlog, and if you did not, I don't blame you. It was quite long. Reading 7 books in a week kind of extended that beyond what I was expecting. But I finished the time reading The Gilded Wolves by an author whose name I cannot pronounce. This is the first book in a trilogy about a heist, or each book has a heist in it. And so in that one, I had a good time. I wish I would have had the physical or ebook in front of me to kind of immersive read a little more, but I did have a good time. And for that one, I am going to put that one as my leg 6 book, since we had to have more than one POV, and this one does the POV of several of the members of the heist. So now I need to re-roll, but I also have 2 books. No, I have one. No, I have at least one other book that is not been used, has not been submitted, and that's the Behind Closed Doors. So I'm hoping that one of the prompts of the sightseeing will fit that one, and if not, then I'll just keep holding on to it and see if I can get it to work in any of the others. But let's go roll. Alright, Gilded Wolves was a book with more than one POV. That book is now finished, and it's time to roll. Oh, and we have a 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. A book a library recommended, or a hyped book. I think I'm gonna go with a book a library recommended, and I'll explain why in just a minute. Alright, so I'm gonna go with a book a library recommended, and I chose that one because tomorrow I have some running around I need to do, and that includes a trip to the library. So in the meantime, I think I'm just going to relax and take a little bit of a break from reading. It's 10 p.m. I will have a book probably by 10 or 11 a.m. tomorrow, so it's not a huge issue. So I am just going to enjoy the rest of my night. I have some things I need to do around the house, and so we're going to do that, and then I will have a book that I talk to a librarian tomorrow about and pick. I'll check in tomorrow. Alright, the federal holidays got me again. Today is Juneteenth, and that means that the library is closed. So I am gonna have to find another way to get a library recommendation. I may go to their website. They do have a way that you can ask for recommendations that way. So I'll do that when I get home. And you gotta love when things throw a wrench in your plans. So I am going to keep going. And yeah. Oh, that throws me way off. Okay, so I will check in with you guys when I get home. Alright, so I had a plan since the library was closed that I was going to try to use their site to get a book recommendation. They used to have a way where you would go to their site and it would take you to another site where you could type in, it was their recommended site. And it seemed to be what librarians would use when they were stuck, or at least that's how I was introduced to it. And my daughter had a book, librarian had no idea, and so they did it that way. They don't have that anymore. They now have a personal assistant form that you fill out, and within 3 to 5 business days, you get a recommendation for what they consider the perfect book for you. But it's a readathon, and I don't have 3 to 5 days to wait, so I am going to use one of my cards. There's a card that you can skip a sightseeing prompt and roll again. So that's what I'm going to do, because I tried looking. There was a few sites that had options similar to what the library used to have, but one wasn't working, and the other one I didn't like how they there was no real recommendation based on like what you read. It was just like, what mood are you looking for? And then you have slidey scales that you can mess with. So that's not going to work for me. So I'm going to re-roll. Let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to use River Song's Diary. This allows you to skip a sightseeing prompt and roll again, because I need that since the library's closed. Oh, A2. So I could do a book in a duology or a book with a mysterious main character. I'm going to do the book with the mysterious main character and submit behind closed doors before I forget that I haven't submitted that one. And that means we're going to roll again. And that gives me a 3. 1, 2, 3. A book with "the" in the title, or a book with trees on the cover. All right, let me see what I have, and I'll let you know what I'm going to pick for that one in just a minute. Okay, I went with "the" on the cover, the word "the" being in the title. And I was kind of leaning toward it anyway. Or when I first saw it, that's where I wanted to go, but I couldn't remember if this book had the word "the." And that's The Baby Dragon Cafe. I bought this one solely because of the dragons on the cover. It was just so cute. So I'm going to read this one. I definitely wanted something light and fluffy. And just fun. So I'm gonna start this, and I will check in with you guys soon. I am now about 1/4 of the way through The Baby Dragon Cafe. This one's really cute. We have a cafe owner named Saphira. She is always wanted a dragon, but because she's not one of the dragon families, she doesn't have one. And so to fulfill her desire, she instead opens a baby dragon cafe. Now, most people won't even let baby dragons in their cafe, or in their business because they cause all kinds of mayhem. They don't have control over their fire and they aren't well behaved. They basically are toddlers, just do a whole lot more damage. And she experiences this firsthand when a baby dragon destroys her cappuccino machine, or her espresso machine. And she can't do cappuccinos or lattes or espresso or whatever else for a few days. In the process of this, we also have Aiden, who is the heir of one of these dragon families and has been gifted he inherited a dragon egg from his brother who passed away trying to save baby griffins from a fire. Well, Aiden never wanted a dragon, and now he has this baby dragon and has no control over it. And so he has hired Saphira to help him to train his baby dragon, but he isn't involved in the training at all and has his reasons. So far I am enjoying this a lot. It's been a lot of fun, very lighthearted, and exactly what I needed for right now. So I'm gonna get back to it and I'll check in soon. I have now finished the Baby Dragon Cafe by A.T. Qureshi. I'm probably butchering her last name and I am very sorry for that. But this was so cute. I loved the baby dragons in it. And it really kind of is a story of belonging and just overall very sweet story. And exactly what I needed. I needed something light and fluffy, and it was great. I am kind of in a weird spot right now. I have currently finished 14 books this month, and I don't want to say I'm burned out of reading, but I definitely am finding that I'm not wanting to read all the time right now. It took me 3 days to finish the Baby Dragon Cafe, and while I enjoyed it thoroughly, I also spent a lot of time watching the Chicago One franchise and enjoying it fully, but it took time from reading, but I also wasn't wanting to read. So I will say I think Bree has like the perfect formula for the Amazing Readathon, because in the beginning, like, I couldn't keep up very well with the legs because they were happening so fast. And then last week after the face-off, she really slowed down. We did leg 5 from Sunday all the way through Thursday, maybe even Friday morning. No, it was Thursday night. And then now leg 6, it's now Sunday. I don't think she's going to do the watch along today. I think that's going to be tomorrow at the earliest, just because here in the States it is Father's Day, and I know I would assume that she's gonna try to protect that family time. So overall, I am having a great time, but yes, I am finding that I have hit a point where I'm not having as heavy of a desire to read, especially after talking to my sister and her telling me to stop rubbing it in. So I am going ahead and do my roll. I am giving the Baby Dragon Cafe 4.5 stars. It's very cute. I loved the dragons. I had an amazing time with this. I feel like something, because it's a light-hearted fantasy romance, it's not heavy on the romance. It's not quite my favorite genre, so it's missing something to push it up into 5 stars. But 4.5 stars, had a great time, and now let's go roll. All right, now finishing a book with the title being The Baby Dragon Cafe. Let's roll again, and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second book an author wrote, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A book a library recommended. I'm gonna have to go with the second book an author wrote, because it is Sunday and the library is closed, and I'm not falling for that trick again. So let's go with the second book an author wrote and see if I can find something. Hello everyone. So I finished First Time Caller yesterday. I rolled for leg 6, sightseeing, and got I don't even remember what the roll was, but I decided that since the library had sent me a notice that First Time Caller was going to be returned in just a day or two, that I was going to go on ahead and finish that one, and I had so much fun with that. Definitely enjoyed it, and as with many romances, I wish they would just talk to each other, for crying out loud. But we are on the road today, and we had leg 7 drop last night, which for this one, it's a building on the cover, and I checked out, or borrowed, no, not borrowed, I'm using Spotify. Riley Sager's The Only One Left, and this one is the one I was thinking of when I tried to describe The Caretaker from memory before. In this one, we have Lenore Hope was the only survivor of her family's massacre, and while she was never convicted because there wasn't enough evidence, everyone believes that she did it. Now she is in her 60s, I think, and has had several strokes and is confined to a wheelchair. She can't speak, but she can type. And so she is typing out her story to her caretaker. It is a very interesting tale. I'm enjoying it, but it's strange. And I'm waiting for the twist that's coming, because every Riley Sager has a twist at the end. So, I need to get back on the road. We have another 6 hours of driving, so I'm gonna get back on the road and continue listening to this, and I will let you know my final thoughts when we arrive at my folks' house. Alright, so Riley Sager did it again. The ending of the one and only, or the only one left, was amazing. I finished it and just, I was flabbergasted. Really good book. I am going to give this one 5 stars. Yeah, just had a really great time. I did realize, though, that I forgot to bring my pieces for the way that I have been rolling. So I'm going to have to do this slightly different, but I can take care of it with my my phone. So we are going to roll a d6, and we have a 4. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. A book mentioned on Amazing Readathon sprints, or 1, 2, 3, 4. A genre blend. So let me look and see what I have on my Kindle. I'll probably do a genre blend, just because I am at my parents' house and don't have all my books with me, and I'm not watching sprints. So let me see what I have on my Kindle, and I'll let you know what I'm reading next. Well, it's been just a little bit since I have updated you. It is Thursday morning, and I am currently reading Misbehaving with Minotaurs. I've read 25% of this one so far, and was doing it ebook. But I think because I need to set up my bullet journal today, I'm gonna go on ahead and switch to audiobook. I forgot how much I loved the triplets in the Everhaven. In this one, we see the triplets more than we have in some of the previous books, because this is Catherine's tale, which she's the proprietress of the the bed and breakfast in Ever. Not only that, but we also find through the series that she is the one who helped create the Haven systems. And so it's great that Hazelmack has decided to end this series with her tale of love. In this one, she's having a second chance romance with her college love. She and a Minotaur named Nor were together 200 years before, and then went their separate ways. We don't really, so far, I don't have the full story of why, but I also don't want to spoil that, or what I do know, because in a romance, that's part of the fun, is finding out what happened in the first go around. But this one is so fun. We see Catherine, and as Ever has grown and become more of a tourist spot, she and Annabelle are dealing with some growing pains, and the keeper of the Haven, Arcan, has dreams to make Ever a skyball team. And so he invites Nor out to do this, or to build this team. or to get him to decide to build this team. It's a very interesting concept, and we're going to see where it goes. But it is fun to see the triplets and Lou and Catherine all again in these, and getting to revisit some of these characters that we haven't seen so much since book 5 or book 4. Yeah, books 1 through 4 were the triplets and Lou, and then we kind of trickle off from them for a little bit. So I'm gonna get back to it and get done what I need to get done today and get back inside. I thought I could enjoy a little outside time on my parents' screened-in porch, but my body is not happy with that, and I am glistening profusely. So I'm gonna get inside in the AC and just enjoy my story and getting to be a little bit crafty in my bullet journal. I'll check in soon. Well, we are going to end this vlog here with an update on Misbehaving with Minotaurs, the final book in the Ever After, in the Haven Ever After series. I really enjoyed this series as a whole. I really loved the way that Hazelmack kind of wrapped up the whole series, and you kind of get this oh gosh, I can't even think of the word. You get this nice overview of where everyone is, kind of wrapping up everyone's stories. Really, really cute series. My only regret is it took me so long to finish them all, but I am giving Misbehaving with Minotaurs 4.25 stars. I really, really had a great time with this. I loved listening to the stories. The audiobooks are amazing for all of them. Just really, really well done. So that being said, that is going to end this week's vlog. We are currently still in leg 7, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, so this is leg 7. So we just have a little over 1 leg left. I'm just having a phenomenal time with this readathon, and I can't wait to see what the final 5 days brings. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.